Hare Krishna. Today I would like to speak on the topic of the material mind. The material mind is also known as the sixth sense, the sense within. And through the knowledge acquiring senses, the sense of hearing, the sense of sight, smell, taste, and touch, we gather information from the outside world that enters our mind. So the mind has a lot of accepting and rejecting of that information, accepting, rejecting. And also, what the mind does is taking all kinds of pictures, and certain pictures it starts enlarging and adding all kinds of content, making complete movies, and starts meditating upon these movies. Yes, these ever expanding and ever collapsing movies. So the mind in Sanskrit is known as Stri, the wooing man, the woman, ever expanding, ever collapsing. So the mind is being explained in, for instance, the Bhagavad Gita as the original problem. The material mind is very turbulent, very obstinate, very strong, and to subdue it, it is compared with uh, to be more difficult than controlling the wind. How to control the wind? That's a tough thing. Yeah. So, having arrived in the human form of body, you have a few short years just to do that. You control your mind. You quit misidentifying with these la la lands. But that you can only do by reviving your lost relationship within the Supreme, the scientific reality of the absolute truth, the supreme being, the unlimited supreme person. That's the only way to do it. There's no other way. Yeah. So therefore, religion, yoga, practice is what makes you become productive in that human form, which you only have a few short years. So if a person does not practice yoga, religion in his or her life, he or she lives in vain and dies in vain. And that is not very wonderful, but obviously it's one's own choice. You will get next temporary bodies, next temporary machines in the material universe. So always somewhere you will get a new chance. But when that will be, well, that's unknown. And also when you live the low life, you live like you live as a fake religionist, for instance, a total hypocrite, a sectarian believer, living very hypocritically and very lusty and having all kinds of sectarian fantasies, talking about religion, talking about God, not understanding anything basically. Then, well, you run the risk that your next temporary body will not be very wonderful, that there's payback time. Yes, so you will get the next temporary body of, for instance, a skin diseased stray dog in a war torn part of the world, only to be blown to pieces after a few short years. Or you'll get the body of a cockroach or locust or a worm. So there's always a risk when you live the low life. Yes, and make no mistake about it, God is almighty in the material universe, so better, behave properly. Yes, because, well, before you know it, your next body is not a very wonderful one. Yeah, God rules the material universe, and there's a lot of variety in that material universe. Yes. Also, when you live positively, you live friendly. Yeah, you stick to your natural inclination, you carry out your duties. Yeah, but you're not interested really in religion and yoga. But you have these nice qualities. Yeah, then Your next temporary body uh, may be very positive comparatively. Yeah, that you come back in a certain body where you have all kinds of comforts and luxuries and all kinds of status. So that's also possible. Um, Someone who is intelligent, however, he quits or she quits the eternal cycle of birth and death because the eternal cycle of birth and death is the essential problem. Whatever takes birth has to die. Whatever's being created is being destroyed. Time takes care of that. So when you have the human form of body and you understand the material mind is the original problem, yeah, you may have all kinds of outside enemies. That may be the case, definitely. Yes, uh, bad, wicked, corrupt governments, um, totally corrupt bankers, general populace you consider to be highly ignorant. Certain groups within society you conclude they are wicked, they are, you know, bad, they have dark purposes, and that all may be the case, yes, but why would you suffer because of it? Yeah, that makes you completely vulnerable to all kinds of other humans, living entities in a human form. So that's not very handy. So when you recognize, hey, the essential problem for me is my own mind. Yes, it all takes place in my mind essentially, and how to control that mind. So that you can do through religion, through yoga. You reach the higher level of existence, you reach the scientific reality, the constant, and you have liberated activity. So you come to know through religion, yoga, who and what is God, but also with it, you control your mind. You get a completely peaceful mind. And that you do by focusing with your intelligence on the spirit soul and the supreme spirit. So religion, yoga, basically is a big fight between the material mind and the intelligence. So when you're able to focus with your intelligence on the spirit soul, the true self, the true ego, which is eternal fragmental part of the supreme spirit, then your mind gets total peace. You get total peace of mind, no difficulty whatsoever. The mind becomes like a toothless tiger, or a snake without fangs, or since Jaws, a great white lying on the beach. When a great white is in the ocean, well, you better take care when you're surfing the waves. Yeah, there's a great white or an area where these animals have their habitat. But a great white lying on the beach, what can it do? Not a whole lot. You can go to it and say, "Hi, great white, you like some candy?" No problem. You can do that. Yes, you can help the animal also uh, go back into the ocean. Um, Always warning the surfers when people surfing or swimming in that area that you warn them, hey, the great white is going back into the water. That's reasonable. Yeah, but again, lying on the beach, what can it do? So when you get clear your true self, your eternal actual ego, in relationship with the Supreme Spirit, and that's the only way to do it, by the way. So you have to be willing to revive your lost relationship within the Supreme. But when you do that, mind completely peaceful, the illusory worlds then have become completely impotent without any power. So that you can do while you have that human form of body. And then you reach total success. And well, as general principle, people like to have success. And actual lasting success you will only achieve by practicing uh, reviving your lost relationship within the Supreme. Otherwise, you live in vain, you die in vain, you get a next temporary body. The material world, again, is completely ruled by the Supreme One through his illusory capacity, so you can get countless temporary machines, um, and the Supreme One supplies them. So hopefully this information will help you somewhat or a lot in understanding what in actuality is going on, if you do not already know that, of course. And Bhagavad Gita as it is, Vedanta Sutra by Ramanujacharya, Srimad Bhagavatam, they give very detailed information about also this topic, the material mind, and how to conquer that material mind. So thank you very much for listening. Perhaps till next time. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.